All right, guys, ready for round two. I decided that the Encanto background was really distracting me because I love that movie. So I'm gonna put on some music from Lord of the Rings, the best movie ever. Okay, so I have washed my hands, so my nails are clean. You can see my cuticles are dry. And I have some hangnails and stuff on there. I will be taking, hey Travia, I will be taking care of these on there. I do have some breaks that I'm going to fix because I want my long nails because I'm going to be doing my American French. So I'm going to be doing this glitter, this clear glitter overlay, glitter suite underneath, and then I'm going to do the French tip, and then I'm going to seal it out with a top coat for my Memorial Day weekend mayonnaise. So it's going to be super easy to do, but before that, because I'm using a clear overlay, I can't have any imperfections or anything like that on my nails, so I need to make sure that it's pretty, the ridges are gone, everything like that, the cuticles are cleaned up. You know, it doesn't have to be perfection, but we are a little bit of an OCD person here when it comes to that stuff. So, but anyway, you do you, whatever you like. So that will be coming later. Right now, I'm going to be fixing my breaks, cleaning my cuticles. I love the products that I use. I forgot it. I have a giant bottle of Blue Cross cuticle remover. It's 13 bucks on Amazon, but I put them in little like bottles like this so it's easier to apply around your nail. I'm gonna flip this over so you can see my nails. I got my cuticle tool here, which is one of my favorite. It's a cuticle pusher, metal, and it has a little sharp curved end. This thing is perfect for getting underneath, for also getting in your cuticle to get the dead cuticle off, and also except cleaning, but it's also perfect for trimming the excess, especially if you have short nails and you can't use your nail as a tool, because that's the one thing I love about Color Street. It is 100% nail polish, so you're going to 100% be able to tear it, unlike some other ones. You're going to be able to tear it with your nails. If you don't have long nails, this is definitely an easy way to do it. So this is a tool that is just going to be used throughout the entire thing. I have my Sheck glass file, and you guys can win this too, because this one actually comes with this one for only 7 bucks on Amazon. It's amazing. Sharp cuticle trimmer. These are to get the little hangnails that are hanging out there. Don't bite them. Don't rip them, don't pull them, because that's going to cause more problems. So this is what you would use for that. So it's still sharp. I've had these since November. This is amazing. I probably would buy a backup one for myself, but you can win this in the workshop, which has the link, the Zuba workshop, nail care workshop. It's going to be one of the prizes that you can win with your participation points in a raffle. So what are we going to do here? Let me get my train of thought. So I think the first thing I want to do is go ahead and work on my cuticles and then do the fix, because that's what I want to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I took off my polish really easy with the polish remover. The part 1 of the video was there. As you can see, guys, it just takes it all, oops, gosh, it just takes it all off completely in one fell swoop. It's amazing. I love it. So let me flip this over. Yeah, I know, you got to miss my beautiful face. It's okay. All right, so I did change. Oop, there's a little bit discrepancy on the height. Oop, see, technical difficulties here. Aha, this guy here, that's the height difference. There we go. So I wanted to get it closer so that you guys can see the nails better. Let's see, just trying to get the angle right here. All right, I think that's pretty good. It's not gonna be perfect, but you know, that's not me. I'm not perfect. All right, so this is the cuticle remover. If you have really stubborn cuticles, I would soak your nails in a nice, warm, soapy little bowl for a while to just soften it up. As you can see, my cuticles aren't bad, but they aren't perfect. So I did just scrub them with water. It's probably so dry. So I'm gonna start off with this guy here. So you just put it on there. It works pretty much immediately. You don't really have to wait for it to dissolve. You don't want to push too hard, but you just kind of want to make sure you kind of have it at a 45-degree angle. And as you should be able to see, I don't know if you can or not, it should be able to wipe up. Don't mind Ellie snoring. And then this little edge here is just good for cleaning out the little edges there too, and also going underneath and cleaning up. So you guys should be able to see kind of like how that just kind of dissolves that real good, real well. Me and my proper grammar, I am foreign. So there we go. And like I said, if you just use this just to do your basic manicure without even using Color Shave, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you know, let's say it's not your cup of tea. This is just nice to kind of keep it clean and on there. So rub it in there. So you don't want to push too hard because you don't want to damage anything. And you want to go. Just get that dead skin. That's what this does. It just kind of dissolves dead skin. So it's not gonna like dissolve your finger. So there is my pinky that I've done. Now there is a little bit of a hangout here. Be careful when you're using this. Try to get to the like very base of it and make sure you cut and then pull. Never pull that way. Pull like towards you. And that's just because so that you don't peel it as you go. And you want to make sure that these are always sharp. And this has been really good about being sharp. So okay. So there. All right. See if I have any little other hanging out here. Okay. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and do this one now. Now, depending on how bad your cuticles are, you know, if you have to soak them, that kind of depends, and how good you want them clean. That kind of depends on how long this process would take. This is also what I learned too. My mom, because my mom had a lot of ridges, and you get more ridges as you get older. Is that this is really good, and you can see how much of that dead cuticle and skin I'm taking off. Okay. So that's really easy to do. And you don't even use that much. So that's the other good thing. Like, you don't really use that much. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna come back with the clippers later and kind of clean the edges and then get some of the dead ones that I lifted up off of here. Now this isn't for everyone, because it just depends on your skill level. I have been doing this with my mom for a while. It's something that we do in Brazil a lot, and so I've always been kind of learning to that. I'm not gonna cut into the actual like live skin. It's just that the invisible cuticle that you push up can kind of dangle, and so that's what I'm removing if it doesn't come off easily. Now sometimes it comes off just with the buffing process, but like I said with the ridges, this is like really good to kind of smooth out your nails and kind of get rid of those ridges really well. And you can also do it like sideways into your lateral folds. That's what they're called, the side of your nails. And also make sure as you're using your instrument too, that they're very important that you guys are disinfecting them with alcohol and letting them dry and keeping them clean, especially if you're sharing them with people you know. So as you can see, look at all that goop. Well, not goop, but like dead skin, you know? And I can get this underneath. It's very satisfactory, guys. It's funny, so I've done this for a couple people, but, so you see this here, this is the cuticle that, got pulled up, but it's still connected, so that's something that I'm gonna very carefully remove. And I can see there's still cuticle underneath here. You can kind of see that there's still some on there. It's just grown. Just dissolve a little bit. Now the Sally cuticle dissolver, that works too. I've tried some professional ones. They work well too. They're more expensive, but this one, for the price, it's amazing how well it works. So yeah, so growing up, like actually everyone in my family, even my cousin Franciane in Brazil, she has her own little nail service. My cousin Sunamita does nails too. They all like, it's just something that we kind of learn in Brazil. It's kind of a skill that we developed. I'm not as good as they are. My mom would do nails a lot when she was my age, as a little extra income, which is funny. So she's always done my nails too if I have asked her to, and she does a really good job. She's all about natural nails and everything. A little bit of a hangnail here. Just making sure I get that. Okay. And so when she came to visit and I offered to, and I told her what I was doing, she actually was like really supportive. She's like, oh, I sold makeup or whatever for a company when I first started. But what is really cool is that, you know, she's always done my nails for like a lot of time, and I've asked her to. She does a really good job of cleaning them and everything. That I actually offered to do hers, and she was really excited. It meant a lot to her to have me just do stuff like this, just kind of clean, get her ridges and stuff. I didn't put any color sheet on. I just put some oil and some lotion and stuff afterwards, and she was very, very happy. So it's amazing what you can do. So this is definitely something that you can do with your mother-daughter bonding, with your friends. You know, maybe they're having a hard time, maybe it's their birthday, and it's just kind of, you know, share some drinks and kind of do this together. A little session with your daughter, and stuff, depending on their age. And you can do like a mother-daughter type of thing. It definitely makes a difference. Okay, so then I'm gonna do my thumb. And you can feel the ridges too as you get older, that they're like gonna be there. And this is just kind of helps to smooth out. Okay, Hey Leslie. So this is the what I have so far. I do need to go and clean up some of the other ones, which I will do after I wash my hands so I can see them. So now moving on to my other nails, and these are super long. I do have a couple broken ones I have to be careful with that I'm gonna fix. All right, so I'm putting on the, see if you guys can see that. I don't know if that's better or not. Okay. It's a little harder for me to do it with, like with this ring. It's also, I'm using my left hand, so that's also why it's awkward. Just do this. There's a couple things I have to come with a nail clipper and get. Make sure you don't forget about your lateral fold, you know, cuticles that are growing on the side of your nails. And then, you know, just kind of gently scrape in there. That's going to get that ridges. So by cleaning your cuticles, what you're doing is you're like getting that like invisible skin that's overgrown over your nails, that's dead, off. And then you're like giving more surface to your nail, so it elongates your nail. And elongates your nails, and it gives your nails a better like base shape. Now my right hand is worse with cuticle, and the reason is because I'm not left-handed, so I'm not as skilled as pushing these and getting them out. So, but hopefully over time it gets better. Hope you guys can see that, okay. because you have a lot of dead cuticle right here. So I'm gonna be just very gentle with that. So I would say that you should like get in the habit of doing this about once a week, or so. If you are changing your mani once a week, or if you're going naked, to just kind of keep your cuticle at bay. So it's, I mean, trust me, when I first started, my cuticles were significantly worse than this, and it took a lot of effort. It just means, looks like it's a lot more effort because I'm like trying to do this live video. If it's just me doing it myself, it's actually like not that bad. Now my nails look dry because I did just scrub them with a really harsh like soap. So that's why they look like they do. But at the end of the mani, what you want to do is have nice moisturized hands and cuticles. That's like the look you want to go for. Okay, so my cuticles are done. I know it's a little bit rough around the edges. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, because there's no way I can do this with the thing flipped down, but there's some parts that are hangnails and that are dead cuticles that need to come out. So I'm gonna get those, just use the light. I usually have a headlamp that I do those with, guys, so try to do that, maybe will work. And if you're not comfortable doing this step, then you don't have to. You're not cutting away your skin. You're just kind of getting that dead cuticle that is still hanging out. That's still kind of attached. Didn't come off with the dissolver. And also ingrown nails. That you should be able to hopefully do. Sometimes it's easier if it's a little wet. And of course you can always just push down your cuticle. If you draw blood, you've gone too far, people. So that's why I have to be very careful. And I don't do this on other people. I just do it on myself. Unless it's a hangnail. Even my mom, I told her, like, can you get that hangnail right there, Mom? That little cuticle, little piece that's hanging off? And she's like, okay. Because sometimes it's an awkward angle. You're used to doing something on yourself. And doing it on someone else is just, like, awkward. Yeah, that's a nice chunk right there. Come on up. And a lot more of your hangnails and stuff will come out once you wash your hands, which I do again, after this. So, it's just letting it is easier. Another thing that I do too is like I push back just to get the cuticle that's on the nail. It's a little chunk in here. There we go. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I hope the music is entertaining. I'm concentrating. And make sure you're cleaning off your little clippers. Like I said, if it's your tough cookie with your cuticles, you can soak them in water to make it easier. I would say I definitely have improved. It's hard to get the angle when you're right-handed. Sorry if my big head's in the way, guys. This pinky always gives me trouble. It's just hard to get the right angles. The thing that I like about using that remover is that it turns a dead skin kind of like bright white. So it's easier for you to pick it off. I told you my pinky is a stubborn little mofo. All right, so that is what I have done. So what I do next, oh, before I do that, okay, so since I'm going to do a break fix, I am going to have to wash my hands. Just give me a moment. Be right back. Oh, no. Here, you can look at my pretty stats. Okay, so one thing you're gonna have to remember is that whenever you have your hand in water, meaning you're constantly washing your hand if you're a health professional, hand sanitizer and everything, your nails are gonna be weaker because it really absorb water. So your nail plates, guys, are hard and they're dead. But you know they actually absorb a ton of water. They're more absorbent than your skin. So that's why we want to be careful what we put on this. So when we pour acetone and let it soak in there, it's just getting absorbed into the nail matrix and going into our nail bed, which is living tissue. So you want to be careful with that. So it is very bendy right now. It just came out of there. So I definitely want to be careful with it. I'm gonna do my patchwork. So, oh wait, hold on. I got a couple little. See, the water also brings out any like hangnails that you have. I also used my brush on my cuticle edges just to kind of get any dead cuticle out. So you can see here, I have like a little bit hangnail there. Just easy little fix. With a sharp cuticle trimmer, you're good to go. And it's always good to keep them handy too. What did I say, guys? Never bite. Okay. So, they're my nails. All right, so let's talk about these breaks. All right, so I have just some minor ones. And as we file, we'll see them. So, I just think I can't handle the weight of my phone. Okay, so there you go. See? Just can't handle the weight of my phone. Let's see. Let me say something. That makes it worse. I don't understand why. It's just like the ring light can't. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're still like this. All right. So let's see. We have. There are a couple little edges where things are getting caught. Like for this one, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little edge right there where it's getting caught. There's an edge here on my big nail that's getting caught, and you can tell like when you take the like polish the cotton swabs and some little ribbons get caught. That's where you have a little rough edge that's getting caught. This one was broken, and that's why it has like a weird shape on there. So this one has a bigger, gosh, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me try to see. All right, let's see if you guys can see it. So it has a break right here, and this one has a break right here, which is low. Now, normally I would just cut these, but because I'm doing that French thing, I don't want to cut them. So what I'm gonna do is get my trusty nail file. Let's see if I can get this to work properly. Okay. So I'm gonna get my nail file and I'm going to kind of shape. So what I learned from one of those things in the workshop is that when you're filing your nail, you want to file it like this away from you, because that's kind of how the people do your nails. If you do like this, which we're so used to, that's how we get the misshapen nails. But if you do like this, you're you can see the shape of it, and try to do it in one direction. Now with the Sheck glass, you don't really have to worry as much about it, because it is like, it just like seals your like nail edges as it goes. But I would still do it in one edge, and I would just, think of your nail as in two parts. So you want to go whoop, whoop, shoop, to get the shape that you want, whatever that shape is. So I usually go for oval or round. But let me work on the ones that I've broken. This one's broken. Let me go up. All right. It is an awkward way to do it away from you. Kind of easier when you have your hand down, actually, to be honest. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the patch. All right, so how do you do the patch? So once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and just buff it just a little bit just to smooth out the edge where the break is. So just so we can recap, there's the break. You can see it, very scary break. So what do we do? So I have nail glue. You can get it at the store, you can get it on Amazon. I have nail glue. If you're growing out your nails, this should definitely be something in your toolbox, just because you never know when breaks are going to happen. And then you can also use a nail strengthener instead of nail glue if you don't have nail glue. You can also use super glue. It's whatever. Okay, so you're going to need scissors. I like my little curvy calf scissors that I got. So you have a tea bag. A tea bag is something that you put that has tea in it. Anybody tea bag? Like, there's some like calming tea bags. I need some calming teas. So you just pour out the tea, take the tea bag. This is nice and loose and stuff like that. And you're gonna cut out a little piece of it. Now be careful, guys, because if you breathe, it flies away. So another thing I'm gonna use is tweezers. I love these tweezers. These are definitely tools. Again, this is like extra tools like that you would do, but these are like nice, sharp tweezers, and I like using these because I'm going to place them on there. So I'm going to try to cut one that will be about the size of my break. So that one's a pretty big one. So I'm going to cut a nice little square. So there's my square, right? So I already kind of shaved it down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 drop of glue right where the break is. Take my tea bag that I dropped, okay, there we go, and then put the tea bag over it, the glue, tap it down on there so it covers all of the break, like that, okay? So it covered all the break. Make sure it really covers the edges of the break as well. Go ahead and put another drop of glue on top to really saturate it and get it on there. It's okay if it hangs over the edge. That's perfectly fine. Now I do use the other end of my tweezers because I have pointy scissors and I don't want the glue to get stuck on the little points because I like the fine point of it. So I am just pushing it down and letting it kind of dry. So what this does is, so the tea bag acts as a scaffolding matrix. So we have smooth out where the break is, because you don't want the break to be like, you know, one here kind of that way. You want it to be kind of on the even plane. So then we smooth it out. Then we put a drop on there just to kind of bring things together, and then we put the little tea bag on top, and then we make sure that we tap it in there so we get it to cover the entire break, and then we add the drop of super glue. You can use strengthener, a base coat, whatever on there to kind of get that nice and smooth. So, and then you put a little top to saturate it and you just let it dry. So while that's drying there, I'm gonna do the other one, which is actually significantly smaller and closer to the edge there. So, not as big of a square. Always clean off the edge of these. Actually went on there perfectly. So it's still drying. So you want it to fully dry because once it dries, you're actually gonna buff it. So while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and file the other nails while that's doing it. So again, what they said is to file, ooh, got a little chunk of white right here. Sometimes we miss one. Okay, that's better. Okay. So ideally you want all your nails to have the same shape and same length. Working on that. Definitely easier, guys, to do this with your dominant hand. So nail file. Oh shoot, don't let your nails get stuck. And my nails have been growing a lot, and I think that's just because, you know, they say like a watch pot never boils, like a watch nail never grows. But mostly it's also, I think, Color Street is just providing that scaffolding, just kind of protecting it. And again, this just becomes easier the more you guys develop your nail care routine. The more it the easier it becomes as you go, because your nails will be the shape that they need to be, right? Because if you have like multiple different shaped nails, if you have like broken ones, obviously that I had to fix. Then it's going to take a little longer. But if you're keeping up with your nail filing and your cuticles and stuff, it just becomes an easy, fast, and awesome and relaxing routine. Make it your own. Put on your favorite show. Make it your like me time, designated nail time. Okay, so I filed these nails. So they're good. And file these. Again, I'm filing them. Looking for the area where it's getting caught, and I kind of file a little bit on top. Again, just to smooth those little catches. I'm also going to do a little buff. And you don't want to buff too hard because you don't want to take that top layer of your nail off. That totally is the purpose. Now, I like keeping this thumb long because it's my trimming thumb. And it's also the one that I apply last, as you will see. All right. I will say it is easier to see your nails as you file them like away from you. It does take a little bit of time. I mean, a little bit of practice to kind of get the motion down, especially with your non-dominant hand. See, I just default to doing it the other way. Takes some time to develop that habit. All right. Now we're gonna look at the, all right, so it's dry. All right. Now, what you do is you take the buffer and you buff the top of where that is, and you're gonna take some of it off, but that's okay as long as the part that's over the break remains. If you feel like more of it is coming off, it probably needs to dry some more. You want to basically make it smooth with the nail so that you can't feel the tea bag. Make sure you're focusing your pressure actually on the patch and not on your nail. Might have to scratch my French just because of the fact that would show in that clear overlay, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think I might scratch that French. We'll see. I'll see what it looks like once I put the base on it. So that's my patch for that one. And that's my patch for the other one. So then what you do is, if you have hangover, you use clippers to kind of get them, and then you use your nail file to just file your nail. All right, so gentle buffs near the cuticles. You might get some the cuticle skins come up. Like that. Do this also on the edges of the ones that were getting caught to kind of smooth out that. Nice and buff. Alcohol. Used dirty papayas. All right. Cotton round. It's gonna get all that filing off of your nails. Oh, sorry. Not bad, right? Okay, so I'm going to, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I had some little skins pop up. Dead skins pop up. Also, this also helps you see where the cotton is getting caught. So you can kind of do that. All right. Okay, that's good. The remover, the strengthener. All right, so I think I did the whole like nail file and nail fix and stuff. So what part of the nail fix is using the strengthener or a base coat or something over it just to give it more of that scaffolding. So we are going to do that. So there's the one nail that I fixed. So yeah, so I might be able to do the French because it doesn't look like you can even tell that there's a patch there. And that is very high shine. Strengthener. So those are the two that I fixed. So I'm gonna end the video here and go to part 3, which will be the strengthener and actually the application. So the first application is going to be of Glitter Sweet, and so we'll get to see that in a second.